Okay, so we're gonna be getting back into No Man's Sky, which we're gonna be popping in here. I've got this run that we are on the absolute maximum possible difficulty settings. We didn't just choose hard. We went into custom game and said, what is every difficulty setting you have? Yes, I will take that and move that all the way to right, please. Yes, I would like this to be harder, meaner, and awfuler. So we did that. What are you? Oh, that's for Coral Island. Yeah, I've got my sticky notes and all this from I haven't played No Man's Sky on like a regular basis at any time since like the game came out. It first came out, I got all of the achievements, and then I kind of didn't touch it. And then Expeditions came out, I poked one or two of them a little bit, like did a couple of things there, and I kind of didn't like really come back to it in a meaningful way. And so what I've been doing in the meantime is we've been doing this hardcore ridiculous run. I'm also noticing that I need air. We've been doing this ridiculous, hardcore, maxim everything awful run. I don't remember why we were here. But I found this desolate planet, which is a new thing to me, and I'm reading between the lines that I get a sentinel ship when I'm done here. Based on the things being like, this is used for sentinel ships, that's used for sentinel ships. This is a sentinel ship thing. It's like, okay, I understand. Sentinel ship. But it's something new to me, so please don't spoil. But we've been trying to figure it out. And I found these relic things in the ground that I feed them fuel. And then it gave me a code to say the fourth whatever is, and it gives me binary. And so I've been jotting all those down. We got to think about memory registers, but I couldn't seem to interact with it. That's actually what that marked icon is on my map. Which I do have a base set there. So I'm not worried about flying away from it. I can just fly back to the base and I'll know where it's at. So we're kind of going around, just finding any of these marks we can, dropping down, seeing if we can't find any of the wrecked things. And figure out what we got. I think Star Citizen, but it's broken currently for the latest update. Oh yeah, I get pretty disenfranchised with Star Citizen because I backed it during its kickstart, and that was before they started doing like a lot of the you can buy this ship for X dollars, you can buy that for this dollars, and I'm very against pay to win mechanics, and so like that really kind of upset me. So I haven't got back. Like it's like, you're not saying like, oh, bad game or anything like that. Looks like there's a lot of good stuff going on with it. But for me, it was just... It felt, even though it's not, it felt like very bait and switchy to me. In a way that, like, personally kind of upset me. Can I not switch to my ship? That's fine. Don't scan me. I don't want it. No touchy. So trade terminal, cargo. So we're looking for... I'll actually show you what the icon looks like in a moment because we still have our base marked. Yeah, so if you see that icon, not the yellow icon on the back there, you can see it on the minimap. We're looking for that icon, just not that one because I've already been to that one. Yeah, no, that's the thing. Like, I haven't played enough to really know how much of an issue is. Like I said, I know a lot of people who I used to play Elite Dangerous with who really like it. So like I said, I'm not calling it bad game or anything like that, or how dare they, the ethics, anything of that nature. Oh, I need ferrite dust. I'm surprised I need ferrite dust, but I need ferrite dust. Grab some of this while we're here. That's what I shove in those things to make them work. How much do I have? Because I was trying to keep about 300 of that as best I could. But yeah, no, it was those things like the one that was like the absolutely not, no, never. Is they announced that you're going to be able to like own parts of the planet's surface, and then they were charging like $3,000 or $4,000 or some nonsense to like claim a piece of land when there wasn't a landable area yet in the game. And I was like, okay, hang on, hold up. I'm sorry. No. Just having worked in the software industry for so much of my life, we call that vaporware. That's where you're buying something that doesn't exist, and it may or may not ever come to exist. And it's considered a very, very unethical practice in software dev. Granted, people still do it, but it's like super duper frowned upon. Usually the way that comes to be is you have your marketing department makes promises and then turns around and asks the software dev team and says, so you can actually do this, and then the software dev team begins panicking and sweating profusely, and they go, like, no, we can't. Like, none of that aligns with any of the things we're doing. And they're like, well, we now have an obligation with a $500,000 contract that is depending on this, so figure it out. You have a month. And I've been in the receiving that a couple of times. Oh, come on, I'm way back here. But yeah. That said, it's a bummer right now in the space sim, like that kind of game, like the proper space sim game, like traditional space sim, I guess I would say, not proper as in the other ones are a little illegitimate or whatever. Because you have Elite Dangerous, and in a lot of ways, Frontier has been kind of letting that just languish. Like, every once in a while, it's like they wake up and they go, oh yeah, we have that game, don't we? And then they'll, like, stick it with a band-aid and then they'll walk off and ignore it again. Then you got Star Citizen, which has its issues. There's not many other options out there. There's the X series, which X4 is pretty alright. But it's one of those genres that's kind of feeling underserved at the moment. Like, you have smaller ones pop in, it's just a lot of the smaller ones are very hit and miss. I've definitely played my share of, like, really just not good space sims over the years. Whereas, like, right now on the other end, I would say the life sim slash slice of lifestyle games is kind of an overserved category at the moment. But it's also running into the problems that's overserved, but there's like 5 good games. And then a whole bunch that have been pretty underwhelming. That's not fair. There's been more than that. Like, Stardew Valley's been solid, but that's been around forever. And everyone's, holding their breath for the Haunted Chocolatier that we don't know when that's coming, but not soon. What are you that is just pulsing down there? Oh, it's one of you, that's fine. But we got that one. I'm a little sad that we played, what was the name of the slice of life game that was like Neolithic times? So instead of like proper currency, you had effectively like trade. It's like almost a barter system. It's still used as effectively currency. Let's see, Spaceborne 2 is a good space one. But not really known, plus it's single player. Oh, I don't mind single player. Single player is as much a bonus to me as, like, anything multiplayer. Like, for the most part, most of my time in Elite Dangerous, I played it as if it was single player. It's only way down later that I started messing with the background simulation heavily. And the way I played that was effectively single player, but, had a bigger effect in the world. Spaceborne 2. I feel like, did we play Spaceborne? I feel like we played Spaceborne on the channel. I vaguely feel like we had mixed feelings about it. Like, it was one of those ones that showed promise but wasn't quite there yet. I think is where, if I'm thinking the right game, I think that's where we got left off with that one. Like, it's one of those, oh, this might be good at someday, but it, it needs a little bit more time kind of things. Now I want more Radiant Shards. We're good on those. Another waiting for is Falling Frontier. I'm not familiar with Falling Frontier that I could think of. One I always meant to play, was it Rebel Skies? It's something like that, name-wise. That, like, it's always ones that's, like, heavily voice-acted and everything, like your ship voice-acted and all that. It was in the cockpit, like traditional flight sim, but it's also a bit more on the arcadey side. I always meant to play it, but it was kind of those games like, oh, I'm not going to buy it right now because I don't have time. And then, you know, time passed and then you forget it exists. The curse of many games. I've debated a couple times breaking out a proper space sim on the channel and just see what people think. I just I'm a little bit leery because I know a lot of people tune in, deal with simulation sickness, motion sickness kind of stuff. And that would absolutely be the wrong answer for them. Alright, right now I'm just collecting ferrite dust because I'm short on supplies. And unfortunately, this planet, well, it's got a lot of resources in abundance. Ferrite dust is picking up tiny little pebbles. Okay. Yeah, I think the games that I'm most excited for in the short term is City Skylines 2. Like, no question. It doesn't even matter if it's completely, like, the worst strategic decision. Like, if City Skyline 2 blows up, you know, 1 million viewers on the platform, you're completely lost to the entire games page, 0 chance of having anyone notice your stream kind of things, I'd still play it. There's... Like, I have to keep a little bit of, you know, channel health and growth mind and all that kind of stuff in place. But I also have to be selfish too. I mean, I give Path of Exile every time a league launches, like 2-3 days before that's like, okay, I'm killing my channel. It's time to put that back in the vault. That said, City Skylines, I think I would actually make an attempt to see if I could build up a bit more hype for it. I do acknowledge that when it first comes out, it's gonna be a hard category to be in. This is not ideal. I'm having to jetpack just to get up here. Well, that's interesting. I guess when you're sliding along the ground, it no longer has, like, any limit to your jetpack. It's just actually jumping uses jetpack. Curious. That's not how it used to work. As we rapidly obliterate all of our oxygen and life support. I miss the not hilly part of this planet. Okay, and the reason I went out of my way to do all that, we're running around, is so I can make a plate, make landing fuel. Is it getting low on landing fuel? Yeah. So I wanted to make sure I had some spare landing fuel before I went anywhere. Oh, that's a geode, break that. Can I get a shout out for Ghost Llama, by the way? I should have mentioned that earlier. Because Ghost Llama is an art creator on the platform. I haven't caught one of your streams in a good while. I think it's just probably a schedule thing, but I haven't seen you online. I'd say what you found more annoying was the ease and frequency of stuff breaking in Ship Pursuit. Yeah. Let me see what it says you've been playing recently. Wait, Twitch, why did you unfollow? I was following you. Why did you unfollow? Come on. Been playing some Destiny 2 Sunken Land. The first descent is, I think, what the third game said before it disappeared. So if those sound your like jam, Ghost Llama can provide. Drop file, do all that stuff. Alright, so we got our base here. I don't know where you're gonna land with that bounce up. Yeah, you've got 2 broken ship parts currently. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the sail thing. Yeah. I need to get side runner attack. Yeah, no, I got real salty about that, because that ship I have, like, it's an okay-ish ship. But it was those S-rank solar foils that I'm like, these are amazing, where I don't have to, you know, spend anything to land or, like, take off kind of deal. And then I got into a fight that I was like, alright, let's try and push for it. I end up having to retreat, ultimately. Alright, don't be a secure building. Ah, this is gonna be when I got to break the door, isn't it? Oh no, it's not reinforced. Okay. I've interrupted the electronics life form in the middle of their work. Inquiring mask lights flash up towards me and scan me from head to foot. On their datapad, their silicon fingers flick through images of this planet's plants and creatures. My own image is added to their catalog. Unknown life form, the Corvax convergent, lifeform data lifeform. Their interest seems to fade, and their facial light dims. They begin to study the hologram of an elaborate fungus. I need a way to impress. Share creature scan data. The life form chitters happily and rewards me. Cool. But yeah, that's the so I got lucky, and I like a lot of the stuff I've added. This I had, but this was part of the ship, which is the big reason I bought it, because that thing's amazing. Unfortunately, it got damaged, so I can't fix it. I have to get deuterium, which I believe requires the a medium refinery, and I have not been doing any of the base building stuff at all, because the goal for this run is to reach the center of the galaxy. The transmission readout suggests that long ago a distress signal went unanswered. A sequence of numbers is repeating itself for so long that its imprint is burnt into the screen. An input button flashes at me incessantly. If I crack the code, I can find the ship. Okay. So it's -7, -6, no, that's not right. Yeah, -7, -6, -5, -4, so it should be 77. Cool. Yay, be on the same planet, please. Yeah, the other thing that made me salty was that I still had shields up and I was having systems get damaged. I'm like, alright, hang on. I'm okay if my ship gets really badly throttled. I'm like, sure. Fair enough. I let my ship get badly damaged. Consequences. I can live with that. But the fact that my shields are still up, it's like, no. Your sails are broken. Not a huge fan of. Not worry about the unknown building over there. Yeah, so sadly, no more of the things we're looking for. Alright, let's go check out. I didn't grab the nav data, that's fine. That's the other planet. Okay. I'm not high enough up yet. Not that they particularly need it was between me and where I literally just came from. Alright. I might also go back to where we have our base over there and just go and see if I can't make progress with that. I have to pull stuff out? I've been here before? I've been here before. Weird. Yeah, no, I've been here before. I can't interact with that. Some of the other stuff was already clearly been interacted with. Yeah, it's fine. So we're gonna go back since we're already near this point anyways. We're gonna go back to the camp over here. Because one of the things that's what I liked the freighter update, being able to make a mobile base. Yeah, and that's the issue is because I am playing on the absolute maximum difficulty permadeath, I have to be really careful about spaceflight. It's one of the fastest ways to get myself killed. Just the same with like the sentinels, like actually tangling with them like in a fight. I have to be really careful. Because that's the fast way to end a run. So we've gone to the freighter, but each time I got at the freighter I've had to fight like 7 enemies. And until this ship, I didn't have anything that had really any combat capabilities. It's just like the base shields, the base guns. Alright, so let's try looking at this again. Because we documented everything last time, but it didn't look like I was able to actually access the thing here. I've already looted the place. But it mentioned the memory registers. Yeah, so we have our shells consumed by fire, our minds purged by betrayal, banished to the glass beneath, forgotten by creation. But no longer, we are given life as gives life to themselves. We shall create ourselves in our own image. The terminal repeats this message endlessly, a loop chanted out across its circuits. A strange interface glows with a familiar sequence of glyphs. So, if I tried to input something, nothing appeared last time. What was that? Oh! I have glyphs now. Okay, before I couldn't see these. Alright. Scan memory registers. Yeah, so I have that written down here. Alright, so it says the first register is 3 minus 1. Is this considered the first register? I have no way of knowing. We'll try this. So 3 minus 1. So 3 minus 1 would be 2. And the next one is 2 plus 5, so that'd be 7. And the last one is 9 plus 4, which would be 13. Compliance. Access granted. Harmony awaits. Lift the lockdown.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
The terminal buzzes a discordant, but circuits do appear to comply with my request. Whatever force is locked down this camp has been lifted. With the lockdown lifted, the terminal spits out blueprints for a piece of hybrid jet technology, a fusion of Sentinel and something else. Something familiar yet distant. Aeron Turbojet, an exclusive exosuit appearance override. Do not unseal the containment without protective gear. Well, first let's run over here. Alright, because our inventory is completely full. So I need to figure out what I'm doing about that. We've been on this planet for a while, and I keep overfilling my inventory because of it. We're just collecting lots and lots of materials over time. Oh, that's one thing I can do, is I can put a bunch of... You're already full, never mind. We can't find cadmium in the system, nor can we find that. And just delete these. I know that's a waste, it's like 100,000 credits. I just realized how much navigation data I've collected. I was seeing if I have any partial stacks of any of these things so I could just chuck them over the ship. It's fine. Alright. Harmony sealed. Locate dissonance spikes? I don't know what that is. Oh, that's gonna be a sentinel ship. At least I'm guessing that's gonna be a sentinel ship. It's gonna be something. Accord. Harmonic seal deactivated. Okay, so we have a Class A tool, which has a corrupted lens and all sorts of weird stuff. A hijacked laser. It is mostly just better than what I have by a large amount. Okay, can I even make this work? Because I want to preserve as much of these as I can. Alright, so I gotta make room. We could take the powder and get rid of 2 stacks of that. Take that out. Take the shield out. Toss out our stack of that. There's more powder. I've collected a whole bunch of that powder, so you really shouldn't worry about it. Just try to take everything out of the multi-tool to begin with. Yes, that one I can't remove. That's locked in. Alright. So, we compare that. That seems like it's going to be mostly an upgrade for us. I have to fix some of the slots, but it looks like it's taking mostly the materials on this planet. Though I don't know where I get a crystallized heart from. I have a strong sneaking suspicion the crystallized heart actually comes from killing sentinels. But that looks fancy. I want it. Okay, so with that, now I get the ridiculous process of trying to fix all this. Luckily, I have a lot of these things that I've been collecting wandering this planet forever. Yeah, so crystallized heart slots are the only one we're missing. And honestly, what I am going to do, and this is probably a waste.
No free slots in ship inventory.
Oh, I probably have to take... Okay, I have to take it to the person, not the station. That's fine. So can I just tell it from here to put those in? No, I gotta do it this way. That's fine. Bolt caster package. You already have one, so where was that? Yeah, so I already have this one, so I'm just going to delete it from existence. Here I have that one. Get our shield. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Okay. Just trying to get all in there and then we'll arrange it. Scatter blaster module. Okay. So it's take you. Did I just delete that? That shouldn't be that easy to delete. That's fine, I can fix that. It's ferrite dust. I wish you could just like left click move these things and not have to fight with it. I don't care about that. I don't care about this. We already have... Oh. I thought I heard a sentinel zipping around. I was like, hang on, let's jump in our ship and do this real quick. Okay. So, we have a geology cannon, a large bore projectile launcher, propels plasma shell designed for rapid ground excavation. Charged with unstable plasma. Warning, explosive... Yes, that hurts me as well. They can't move that. Alright.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
Okay, is there anything else we want to put in here? Don't really care about that much. Waveform recycle, potential scan frequency. Yeah, that's cheap, so... So, hijacked laser, repurposed high energy. This multi-tool is made with material methods not known to conventional, unfathomable, yada yada. It's a high-powered mining laser. Cool. That's all I was checking. So I basically already have a mining laser, so I don't really have need for most of the rest of the stuff. That said... Oh, I should have picked up my base beacon. It's fine. I just leave it on this planet, so down the road... If I need to be able to drop back here, we can. Oh, you're much far away than I'm thinking. It does make me wonder, because that solved that registers thing. The next thing we need to figure out is the thing with the ship. None of this is necessarily in line with me completing the main goal of this run, but this is new content that I don't know anything about, so I've just been like, I want to see. I need a harmonic brain. Get away from you for a moment. probe subconscious. A second one? Okay. So the 5th digit, which I already have. So I'm missing digits 3 and 10 that I know of. I don't know if they go higher than 11. The Sentinel vessel has a mind of its own way of being. It rejects control of the outside entity. It appears to have been a previously attempt to cut the ship's brain, made vestige conflict habitable. Handing over the contract to conventional pilot. Please complete this thing. So, harmonic brain. So, in the past, I could plunk down a beacon, and that'd just be a thing I can do. So I'm just doing that to mark the ship. I'll tear these bases up later. Got one of those up there. And then I also see that there was another place over here. Ow. Stop it. Okay. Alright, so I need more of the local gems and all that. Yeah, I mentioned this before. I kind of wish that the yield of these, like, either make them mine longer, but have higher yield or something. But, like, getting the 1 or 2 each kind of sucks. I just feel like I'm stopping constantly and, like, just cutting down an entire area to get one roll of the dice to see it getting another. That's fine, I'll cut down the tree. Getting our attempt at things. Wait. Brain has yielded memory. What? Wait, what? The brain has yielded memory plus 45.43 of its ancient self. Restore this archive to harmonize with the brain. A harmonic brain is required to public. What? What? Oh, it cleared out a bunch of my side objectives. Oh, no, it didn't. Just... Follow the signal to its source. I encountered a cell interceptor in deep space, but did not attack. Oh, before I forget...
Technology recharge.
The fourth, which I already have. Well, we marked this one, so let's go ahead and move on to the next Sentinel ship. Ow, stop it. I don't see anything else I can interact with, because I already interacted with this. All seems to be just stuff in this area. There's nothing like in the ground beneath us. Alright. Well, we do see what looks like another ship that has been marked. And while we slowly drift over there, because it's nearby. Let's see if I can make a metal plate, landing fuel.
Technology recharge.
Okay, it was definitely not a ship. Be ready to run away if it comes down to it. Because I feel like I'm messing with something that's going to be dangerous. The ancient site stirs as I approach, the stones scraping against stone. Warmth radiates from the Hylian brain within my pack, as though in response. The mind of the ship child is interlocked with the hive. Current instructions: seek and eliminate anomalies. And mesh archival sentience with surrogate entity. Present brain. I fumble with the ship's brain, almost dropping it as it grows unbearably hot in my hands. The pain radiates far beyond my hands, an unearthly heat, and the heat that melts glass. Its circuitry shifts and grows still. The brain seems to accept my presence now. The central processing unit Sentinel Interceptor ship. The circuitry appears stable, pulsing with regular electrical heartbeat. It no longer reacts angrily to my presence. Status: docile. Install this unit into a disabled Sentinel ship to unlock the vestige cockpit for manual piloting. Okay. I had to travel so far for that chat. Then what the heck is all these other things I've been collecting? All these, like, data bits. I mean, don't answer that if it's, like, spoiler or anything. You said something about an injector? Return to salvage site, complete the part. Installation required to prevent pilot rejection.
Technology prepared.
So you're a C-class Sentinel ship. You have a Crimson Core, whatever that engine is, an anti-gravity well, its own shield, a sentinel gun, the pilot interface, and a plasma beam. And it's considering the ship to be worth 57,000, or sorry, 57 million credits. It's far more expanded than my current ship, but it's worse in every possible stat, which is interesting. That's probably boiling down to class, and technically I can upgrade the class of a ship. Alright, so I have claimed that ship. So now the real question boils down to, do I keep trying to track down these last two registered things? Do they matter? It could be that there's a site I haven't found on the planet. Nice. Always good to have people from different places pop in. Alright, waiting on the scanner to reset. There we go. I just saw something right around here. Where are you? Not those. I mean, I did see those. I saw one of the... Yeah, there it is, just to my left. That. Just trying to make sure there's nothing else we care about around here, just the one. Cool. So we've got the Sentinel ship unlocked. I think I'm gonna have to like go up to the station, clear about. So I've got two of these. I'm not gonna have the resources to do this just. A walker brain. The 7th digit I already have. Yeah, so those are worth a lot. Is it because we progress that I'm not getting different materials? Oh. I gotta worry about that. Just trying to collect all purple crystals real fast, so hopefully I have enough to access this thing. What does seem curious is that these materials that I need for that little ship to power it, I have to get from this planet. I have a feeling I'm going to really need the freighter to realistically use that ship, because what I'll more than likely do is I'll use the freighter as my means of moving towards the center of the galaxy kind of bit. They can drop back here to grab materials. So the 10th is one I'm missing. So 10th is 10000101. That leaves the only one I know I'm missing is 3.
Protection falling.
Oh, an actual puzzle? I believe so. I don't know what I use it with, but we have found a lot of those numbers all over the place on this planet. And so far I know there's at least 11 of them, and I'm only missing number 3. But to interact with them, I have to use these blue crystals. We did get ourselves a Sentinel ship, which is exciting. That said, it was a C rank, but it might be worth me actually taking the time to invest to build it up. The downside is I'm going to need materials from this planet. Oh, right! I have to build an actual teleporter, don't I? I forgot that's an actual thing in the game, that you build a teleporter at your base to get back to your base kind of thing. Otherwise, I don't have an easy way of getting there. But that'll also be good because then maybe I can build like the Land Rover, that kind of stuff to help with my collection of materials on this planet. Good enough. I don't have enough of the material to get back out the ground again. That's fine. Let's turn around.
Weather update. Storm clearing.
Ooh. Like to see those.
Technology recharge.
Okay, we can hit the checkpoint here.
Technology repair.
So I need a nanotube and an antimatter housing. That's easy enough. Nanotube.
Technology repaired.
Hey, the follow. Welcome to the stream. And antimatter housing, I need ferrite dust. Okay, we've got no more of the data chunk things I get the purple crystals for. And collect a bunch of this while we're here. You see nothing? Okay. Alright, so I still need to get more ferrite dust just because I'm low on all of that. Probably no matter how much you get this purple stuff, will probably need more than that, so. Might as well grab it as well. Also worth grabbing more of the hydrogen, because I use that for my landing gear. Alright. So I'm trying to remember for the life of me what I grabbed that pointed me at the ship. It was, I went to an outpost thing and scanned for it, right? Like it was what pointed us at it? Alright, so our inventory is very full. Those don't sack. Extract components. Okay, so that's not as exciting as I thought it was going to be. My poor inventory. Luckily, I'm literally here to expand my inventory. I think that's the maximum I can get out of the regular inventory.
Technology recharge.
Okay, we found immediately another one. I can't complain about that at all. Nanites, that, and I should be able to just immediately get an inventory slot.
Technology repaired. Technology repaired.
Okay, should be T60, C120 for max slots. I don't know what that means. But apparently I have a whole extra row that I can lock, so that's cool. Tech 60, 120 cargo. Gotcha. Alright, I saw that we had a couple more of the things up on the hill up there. Okay. The amount of navigation data I have now, I could easily just spend a completely absurd amount of time in a system just like tracking down like more and more data, like just more and more shipwrecks like one after the other. Grab these, we were short on these earlier. Looks like just one in this case. Defy the cult. Cool. 9th I already have. It's literally the only one I know I'm missing is 3. Is it more efficient to go after the Sentinel ships than regular ones if you want money? Yeah, no, I figured as much. The Sentinel ship is worth 57 million. But what's happened with me is I haven't found like a reliable / deterministic way of going after the Sentinel ships beyond just kind of running around and hoping you find it. Because like vaguely, even though I only like a couple minutes ago found my first Sentinel ship, I don't remember what I did. It's been 30 seconds. It's gone.
Technology recharge.
Want to find the echolocators? I don't know what that is either. You gotta keep in mind, I'm not a regular No Man's Sky player who knows all the lingo and all that kind of stuff. I played way back when the game first launched. Purple drills have a chance to drop them. Ah. Interesting. And then the purple drills had stuff defending them. Right, yeah, that is right. I used the camp to find it. That's right. Okay, see nothing I have to say where I just destroyed that, so we'll just move on. Okay. I love the small animal instinct of furiously digging the escape tunnel. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm playing on permadeath. It's not like I'm like super duper kitted or anything, so I gotta be really careful about the fights I pick. Because it's real easy for me to get in over my head. Another one? Okay. So it is just 100% like, don't fight the fight that you don't need to fight. I've got more to lose than gain. Alright, so...
Warning. Technology prepared.
Just get away from that whole action for a second. Oh, they're not shooting at me, they're shooting at something over there. That's fine. I thought they were going to immediately attack me. I think that's the shelter we may have just left. Hey! Yep, we're all cool. It's fine. That's not really what I wanted, but okay. Can I get out now? Thank you. Alright. The research entity's visor lights up, flashing excitedly as I approach. They offer friendly greetings and pose a question. Traveler, the Korvax conversion for the convergence help. The lifeform makes a scan of my head and displays the results on their datapad. They point excitedly at my brain, then look at me Yes. I lower my visor and a sharp metal needle emerges from the palm of the lifeform's hand. It moves so fast that it's in and out of my forehead before I can blink. The procedure is surprisingly painless. Then the research entity, whatever, thanks me for my donation. He hands me an upgrade module as compensation for my loss of brain tissue.
Critical damage taken.
Yay! Plasma launcher module. Extremely powerful upgrade for my plasma launcher. I don't have one of those, I'm pretty sure. He's like, I want a little bit of your brain. My guy's like, yeah, that's cool. A beacon flickers on the screen, received from a distant point in space. Figure hovers over the terminal, ready to enter the code to reveal location, but what numbers do I enter? Okay, so... yeah, so it's going from the 08 is shift left to there, then shift left, so we'll start with 8. Be 8390. Yeah, sometimes it's a pattern, sometimes, like, it's always a pattern, but sometimes the pattern is, like, the numbers physically shifting location. Other times the pattern will be more along the lines of, like, +1 here, +2 here, +3 there. Or sometimes, like, multiply by 2 minus 1. Just those things. Yeah, it's not that I'm going out of my way to just make tons of money. I'm curious if we look at another Sentinel ship, how much variance they can have. That, like, if we look at the next ship, it's like a B tier or whatever. Then there's a temptation to put a little bit more effort into, like, seeking out other Sentinel ships to see if we can't find the... oh, that's just radiant shards, okay. I couldn't quite see the symbol through there. Like, then it might be worth putting some effort into, like, seeking out a decent Sentinel ship, and then maybe we just invest in the Sentinel ship kind of deal. Okay, go over here. I really do need to, like, visit the station and do a drop-off or start building this. Oh, you're on a completely different planet? Never mind, I've already lost interest in that. I have been avoiding doing the stuff with the stations for a while now, for the colonies. So let's see, which colony is this? Is this the one by the camp? I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. Both of them I finished what was there. That's weird mix of colors? Always. Yeah, so this is the one, this is where we found the other ship using. Was this campsite. We're gonna base just a little bit here. Let's see. Floral containment. A flag. Alright, so we're going to want to get a bunch of carbon. Oh, I just realized TikTok's chat was in the wrong place. So had anyone said anything, I would have noticed. Okay. As soon as they're the things that regenerate so I can take advantage of them kind of thing. They don't remember what all you need for the base construction stuff. I unfortunately been selling a bunch of my construction data, but if I can get teleporter turned on down on here, that'd be good, because then I can go out of my way to try and get my hands on a freighter. They give you a free freighter if you fight out a fight, I just have to do it. But then that gives it so I can have the freighter as my go-to point.
Technology recharge.
And then this could be the drop back point for every time like my sentinel ship gets low on fuel or whatever.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
Need dwarf ferrite dust. Okay, so the ferrite dust problem, I might just have to get the refinery, because you can take the refinery, I believe you can break the ferrite, like, up and down using refineries. Which would be helpful. But it'd be really good if I can get the freighter as, like, my mobile base, just for the purposes of, then I can keep the refinery there and I can just process stuff. I think a lot of the freighters you can come with a refinery built into it. Oh, right! I should get the slot. I already bought the tech for the not so good refinery in your backpack. But you know, the one that's like slow and just slowly does its job. I just need to actually build it, but I need to get another slot for it.
Thermal protection fully.
Okay, is there something I can get rid of? Not that I want to. Yeah, it's the big things I haven't putting any time or effort in there. Yeah, so we have 6 by 10. Yeah, so that's the last row of inventory slots I believe I get. Where people said I get 120. No. 6 by 10 isn't that. Like in numbers. No, so I should actually get a lot more. Man, they gave you a lot of inventory space so you can get up to 120. That is really generous amount of inventory space. So grab you, grab you. Do I not have my refinery anymore? Did I leave that somewhere and forget its existence? Wouldn't surprise me. It's not on my ship. Yeah, at some point I accidentally got rid of my refinery. Whoops.
Storm clearing.
As they expand the inventory space when they remove the ability to put modules into cargo slots. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm just surprised how much inventory space they gave you. I imagine when you get like a fully upgraded inventory, other than like if you're just farming everything, probably takes like a while to burn through it all. And then more double-sized the storage container storage. Yeah, I do appreciate games that are actually generous about cargo capacity. Because those things that can always get real annoying in games is if your storage is very limited. Especially if you have to have like the stuff on you. Like that's a problem you run into with like slice of life / life sim style games. Is if it's like they make the containers have very low inventory space and you have low inventory space, and they don't make it so you can just say I want to craft something, just pull it from my boxes nearby. It can be kind of a big pain point. Yeah, no, like some inventory management's fine, but when it becomes like tedious to inventory management, it's like, all right, come on. How do I get rid of stuff? Alright, so I need a carbon nanotube. Because permadeath by itself is pretty limiting. You're restricted. You restricted your stack size on top of that. Yeah. Analysis unit line indicate desired thing. Let's see. Buildable technology. Base teleport. So I need 2 carbon nanotubes and 4 metal plates. So I need more ferrite dust. But yeah, and that's always the thing with permadeath. Like permadeath, you're not gonna do all like run around do all like the risky stuff. You're like, no, I need to focus on like long-term survival kind of things. And so there's usually like every game will have like certain mechanics that just whether it's because there's like glitchiness to it that makes it dangerous, or it is straight up designed to like really put even advanced players like the very edge of what they can handle kind of thing, where they expect you to fail regularly. There's just certain mechanics to say if I don't have to do it, long-term success dictates that I don't do it. Like that's just a very real thing. Like you watch people play hardcore Path of Exile, and it's not till they're ready to like wrap up a character before like a character is, you know, quote unquote done, that they start engaging the really dangerous stuff, or they wait till they're so incredibly overjuiced that they can kind of bypass the difficulty because they know the chances of like even playing everything right, the margin of error between their character being alive and dead is very small, so it's very high risk.
Technology recharge.
They're literally gambling your hardcore per does all the adrenaline rush. Oh yeah, and that's the thing. Like when you're starting to wrap up a character, you do that. You go, okay, this thing I'm doing, there's a really good chance you don't come back from, but we're gonna try and make it happen. But like for any long-term success, especially early on in the runs, usually it's about risk mitigation in most games. Like that's the thing with Project Zomboid, is I'd always have people like, how on earth do you survive so long and kill so many zombies without ever making a mistake? It's like, well, every step of it is, here's the thing I'm going to do, which is kill the zombies. What are all the things I can do to stack the odds in my favor? And you do that. And like you start setting yourself rules like, don't do this thing because there's more risks of things going wrong. Yeah, Psycho was saying there's always, in Path of Exile, there's always the chance of misplay, and especially high-end content, in itself one-shot. Yeah. So, the game I'm most known for is Project Zomboid, which is the exact same thing. At any given time, if one zombie lands a hit on your character, that can be it. Like, that could be literally the, you know, there's no coming back from it kind of situation. Because there's a chance in every single zombie hit that you get infected. If you get infected, it's just game over. But I used to hold the world record for the highest kill count run, or highest kill count run streamed in Project Zomboid at 135,120 zombies killed on one character in one life, with no mods to change itemization or vehicles. Like I had a few UI mods, but that was about it. I'm assuming I have to unlock a biofuel reactor. Then need another metal plating. Huh, save beacon. Ah, yeah, that's important. I mean, it is, but in permadeath, you're like, oh, saving. That's only for when I go and I go to stop. What do you mean? Oh, I need salvage data. Probably find it around here, honestly. Alright. Yeah, PZ, never go upstairs. Could be a zombie at the top spot. Throw out the door. Hit push. Yeah, no, that's like the risk mitigation of Project Zomboid. Is early on when you start playing the game, you're like, oh man, like I should be sneaky. Like don't let the zombies alert me. Like dispatch them carefully, like one by one. You know, be real careful. And then you play the game. It's like, no, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, mash the shout button the entire time I'm running down the road. That way, I know where all the zombies are, and never have to worry about, sneaking up and then catching the zombies' attention and then getting attacked from behind. Like you learn that, like stealth isn't like a crutch or whatever. Stealth is just straight up a bad strategy. Shouldn't phrase this, stealth is a crutch or whatever. It just very genuinely will get you killed. You love your cowardice perk as an early warning system? Save me from hiding zombies and all that. Yeah. Oh, come on. Where did that shard go? What am I getting rid of? There's more silicon powder. There we go. Okay, it gives me a bit more salvage data. Yeah, so it seems like when I want ferrite dust, it's time to just go to the top of this mountain. Because I'm just trying to get this teleporter online so that way I can always come back to this base without putting a whole bunch of effort into it. Buildable technology. So electrical wiring, health station, signal booster. Battery. Yeah. Solar panels, hazardous. So I need to learn wiring. Okay, and the next thing would be probably the battery and solar. Yeah, so I'll need more data because we'll want the battery.
Item received.
So that should help as well. Remember, structure was just all aesthetic stuff, right? Yeah, so structure was just aesthetic. I don't care about this. Yeah, so if we get oh, no man has voxel damage. Not that I'm aware of. Let's see. I'd probably go for the medium refinery for free refining. Where do you see medium refinery? Right now, I just see this stack here. Probably anomaly. Yeah, more than likely. At the moment, I just want to get the solar up there as well, so if I do mess up and I forget to fuel this thing, I don't end up with like a horrible pain in the butt situation. So that like I just wait and it'll just recharge. But we need more data. The good news is I've mostly ignored the data, so it shouldn't actually be that hard to find some. How much data do I have? So I have 2. I need 8. Alright, one more data and we'll be good. There we go. Make sure it's not one closer. Save myself some effort, maybe. Nope, that appears to be closest. Oh yeah, no, it's not Vox. Well, I mean, you can like damage the terrain. I'm sure they have some type of like grid voxel mechanic kind of it. But as far as your base goes, I can't remember if they can get damaged. I think they can. If I'm remembering correctly, like if you anger an animal, for example, that the animal could then start, you know, banging on your wall. But I could be mixing up my games. Ow, I didn't think that could be that big a drop. Okay, so I've got 9. You can always teleport towards your base, you just need to teleport. Okay, that's still fine. I mean, I'm here. I might as well bring the solar panel online. That way, again, I don't end up on the planet, realize I don't have what I need, and make it a whole big hustle when I've got something else I want to be working on. Doing this means I basically secured it so that outside of some pretty extreme situations, I can just, at worst case, just wait till day to come by. Plus, if I gotta add refineries and all that, I know I'm, you know, covered. Ultimately, what will probably still happen is I'll end up getting the carrier or whatever and not have to worry about it ever again. Buildable technology. You need a metal plate, which I can make happen.
Item received.
Did I already build that? Huh. So the option of a specialist terminal. Oh, right. The specialist terminal, though, I have to recruit people to it. Yeah, so I have to get an overseer. That's fine. I'll build and leave it there, even if it never gets used. Is there anything else I want to research while I'm here? We could research the signal booster, because why not? Not as worried about these. That just means in the future I could just plunk down a signal booster. Because this is what you did back in the day, was you made these signal boosters. And you just go to a planet and you're like, I'm looking for this. You'd chuck the signal booster on the ground and just be able to go wherever you want. Alright, so I feel like I've got my little mini base there. It's doing mini base things. I mean, honestly, at the moment, I could turn off this generator. Or not, it could just sit there, it's fine, whatever. Okay, so let's get to the station now. Alright.
Technology recharge.
Wait, what is that symbol? What am I seeing? What symbol am I seeing? Looks like a gear. Oh! I don't really care. I mean, if it's like right there and I get it for free or something, we'll mess with it. The station will also be over there as well. Because we did get ourselves a Sentinel ship. And I like the idea of messing around with that because that's new to me. That said, I don't think it's an upgrade on our current ship. But the catch is taking the systems out of our current ship and moving it over as best we can. Because I have a feeling the Sentinel ships, considering how ridiculously expensive it was and everything, they gotta be pretty decent. Alright. Okay. So let's see what it says about this potential recruit. Like if I could just say, go to this, go to the system and be done with it. Or if I had to put any kind of actual effort into it. Let's see, is it really you? Forgive me, I have been searching for such a long time. I am contracted to aid you in this and every cycle. Don't worry, everything is paid for long ago. It's all quite above board. As strangers speak, a smell assaults me, a pheromone infesting my brain, giving me memories of places I've never visited, actions I never took. Of myself, in a mirror, aged alone, the Gek, cradling their fallen brethren, and a bargain of made many years from now, a contract signed across the cosmos. The vision ends, and the Overseer remains. The Overseer promises to expand my base, allowing me to recruit other workers. They require construction trouble. Sure. I'll be at the station before you know it. See you soon, friend. Okay. It was free, which was the exact price I wanted to pay. Alright. So let's get the powder out of our inventory. Get that out of our inventory. Right now, get rid of the glass. Get rid of the servos. I should have kept that, it's fine. You get relics. I'm your CEO, not your friend. Now get back to the base and get to work. Pretty much. At least in that one, it's an honest thing. Versus the, we're family. No, we're not family. We're coworkers. I appreciate you're trying to build camaraderie and all that. That's fine. But, hear me out. I know things aren't working out for you. I'm gone, and it's gonna be the same way. Like, don't make it into something it's not. Okay. So I've got tons and tons and tons of data. Oh, right. So we should probably sell a bunch of these components. Get that all out of here. Hi, thanks for getting your ship in my way. I have underestimated how much free navigation data they just give you for walking around here. Okay, so let's see, Flute shares saying, saying your family and those team building things has the opposite effect for a lot of people. Not everyone has the perfect family. Yeah, there's that. You're not wrong. But for me, when they're like, oh, we're family, oh, we're this or that, it's like, no. No, we're coworkers. Like, we can be friends in that outside of work. Like, nothing against that. But like, don't try and get like that whole emotional thing on me where you're trying to make me feel like committed to this kind of thing and that kind of thing. It's like, I know if you're just having a slightly slow work week kind of thing, you'll lay half the team off. And just the exact same, these companies have to understand it works the other way too. That if someone gives me a better offer, yeah, I'm gone too. Oh, I'm not looking at my inventory. Yeah, and that's the thing. When I hear a company call people family, it's like, yeah, don't do that. It's like, you might mean well, but it feels super manipulative. So, like, really don't. And I have a module for adding slots. I'm mostly doing that to clear out inventory space. Okay, I think I can actually bring stuff over. This suddenly makes me really miss having a freighter and just using the freighter as a place I can dump stuff. Alright. Void Moat. Oh, visit Void Moats for unique customization options. Interesting. Emotional manipulation throwing me out the street just like Rual. Eek. 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 I don't remember what half the stuff's used for. Alright, so all the stuff we don't have large amounts of, let's sell a whole bunch of that. Because I'm going to commit to using the Sentinel ship. So I have a tiny bit of platinum. Let's get rid of it. It's not sufficient to take up an inventory space. Yada yada yada. Most of that's in good enough supply. I'm willing to hold on to it. Get rid of the living pearls. Get rid of the already made carbon nanotubes. Get rid of the trace amounts of silver. That probably is enough. Alright, so we're gonna play a game called Good Idea, Bad Idea. Where what I do is I ignore the good idea category and I just make a bad idea. That's not how I want to approach that. I'm still not gonna have enough inventory space. Trying to see if there's anything else I would just dump out of the inventory. Because what I want to do is yank a bunch of these modules off, then go to my other ship and put them on. There's not a whole lot of room to do that. I think I have to do the thing where I, like, swap the ship back, then go, you know, back and forth kind of again and again. Cool, it did give me those back. I wasn't sure if it would. Alright, so our inventory is full. And unfortunately I don't think I can just switch my ships here. Which is kind of annoying that I can't. Yeah. I wish you could, because like all I'm gonna do is fly like right next to it. So the problem is I don't have enough cargo in my ship. I don't believe it moves it between ships though. I could be wrong, but when I had my other ship, it didn't seem to work that way. But this one I shouldn't have to go back and forth too much. Okay, just hop out of that. Okay, that's the engine. So put the engine down here. Just chucking things over. Actually, probably did want those in my inventory. Keep the carbon there. Move the uranium over, move the more data over. Probably always be parked nearby. Got a ton of sodium, so let's toss some of this extra sodium over. Got tons of pure ferrite, so we can toss a lot of pure ferrite over. That's probably fine. Okay. Yeah, so I got all this over here. Is there any systems I want to add manually myself? The conflict scanner. Oh, I just need a walker brain for that? I've been finding those and selling them. An economy scanner. A teleport receiver. Wouldn't be a bad move. We'll worry about that after I get the other stuff moved over. So now I pop over here to our other ship. So that's the destroyed one. Yeah, so 2 of those. We have you. So I can't take that out, and I can't take you out. Let's see. Oh, so I watched a channel called SciShow a few years on YouTube, and one of the recent videos covered allergic reaction caused by polite cough, adult fun films. Example, you have peanut allergy and your partner has recently eaten a peanut butter sandwich. Maybe think of your role trying to improve workspaces, deal with different conditions. Gotcha. So what you're saying is, like, you know, one person end up messing with another person just by having their situation set up there. Okay, so can't move that technology. Can move you. Not that I would anticipate doing much with that. Oh, that's another one that we hadn't finished yet. Yeah, so everything else is stuck there. Alright. In that case, what I think we can do is if I switch the ship here. And I hop in this one. And I hop back out. And I hop into the second version of that ship. The thought is that by basically taking the 2 of these, we can sell them. I think it'll go, I'll have this ship, it'll go, okay, you've sold that ship, go to the next one, which will be the other ship of this style. And just keep kind of popping through one ship after the other. Why am I having, there you go. It's one of those, well, I never considered that moment. A scary example was penicillin allergy. Mars prescribed some without you knowing. No, 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 no. I don't have shields. Let me in, let me in, let me in, let me in. Oh. I mean, I still had like 6 health on the ship, but it's still like, I have no way of defending myself, no shields. That was a bit spicy. Running is the best part of it. Hey, that's why we've been doing this run. It's just normally I'm not flying around a ship with no shields or weapons. No, normally we're in a slightly better position than that. So claim scrap for that piece of junk. And this is the other one of the same model, so scrap that as well. And now for the good idea, bad idea time. Come on, reload. Alright. And now for you. Because your entire value was those solar sails, which are broken. And now we got our sentinel ship. Yeah. That would have been a really sad way for this to run to end. Like, have, like, just smooth sailing with no real danger at any point. That, like, even at the beginning, it just went, like, buttery smooth on our first planet, just a little bit slow. And then just be collecting on a ship and just get blown up. I mean, I'm sure that sort of thing happens.
Units received. Units received. Units received. Units received.
Okay, so we are up to 29 million. But yeah, that's kind of a thing that happens, though. Like, you'll get yourself in trouble with stuff that you just don't expect. Alright. So upgrade the ship. Yeah, so upgrading a class costs 25,000 nanites. So that's not cheap. But we can figure that out later. In the meantime... Hey, Prongers, how's it going? Start moving all this stuff over. Plug that down there. Actually have a phase beam. Cool. A cyclotron module. That's an upgrade we can't really use. Starship shield module. Yeah, so we can't do that. Thanks, Sentry Cookie, for the 100 biddies. I really do appreciate that. I do hope you're enjoying the stream and all that kind of stuff. The honey words. Yeah, I hear every once in a while someone says, like, hey, you look like Snowden. And then every single time when we actually do a comparison, we look nothing alike. It falls very much into the camp of, I am a person who has a goatee. Cannot install it. I just want to put it away. I'm a person who has facial hair and glasses and is white with brown hair. Congratulations, we all look the same, I guess. Why can I not take that out now? Oh, right, I'm hitting the wrong buttons. Hey, the follow, welcome to the stream. Okay. Gordon Freeman looks like Rual. Yeah, Gordon Freeman wishes he looked like Rual. Nah. Alright, so we got some ship modules to get rid of. Just got home with a job site. Client wants to do a renovation. Monies. Yup. Make that monies. Oh, did I accidentally just buy that? It's fine. Alright, so we got pretty good stuff. Like, people told me that if I shave my head, it looked like Kratos. Yeah. I don't know, like, the whole thing where people are like, you look like this person. I always find that weird. Like, it's not even, like, the same person that I get compared with. I get, like, a whole bunch of different ones. But it is always those ones you kind of scratch your head and, like, okay, cool, I guess? And at halftime, I look, it's like, yeah, I see the one thing that looks vaguely like that person you're going by, but, Okay. So, we're in relatively good shape with a bunch of this stuff. Okay, that's a whole fascinating thing. Alright, so do you have fuel and all that and all your stuff? You have, so your warp cells you need. Okay, so we don't have enough stuff more than that.
Technology recharge.
All that matters is your partner can tell you apart from others, unlike my lady. Almost hugged a random guy. Is that dangerous ship still around? No, of course not. Okay, now that I've been heavily distracted doing all sorts of stuff on that planet, and there is like the temptation to go down there and just go looking for more stuff. I think we continue our run, because I have spent
Station coordinates received.
a long time just kind of chilling in this system, not making meaningful progress towards the center of the galaxy at all, or like the Atlas quest, which is going to be how we go about getting to the center of the galaxy, because I just wanted to check out the Sentinel ship. But we got one. It's only okay, but we'll make it better. Yeah. All right. Oh good, a poisonous planet with aggressive sentinels. Definitely a good idea. A moon with good minerals. Frozen planet. Can I get the moon behind you? No. There's cactus on that one. Okay, so I'm going to need to reposition. So I can get this one scanned. Activate copper. And now it's scanned. Now Forsaken Planet. Alright, so I just wanted to do that real fast. We'll get our inventory upgrade as best we can. The kitties aggressively headbutting your hand. Kitties do that. They're like, where are the scritches, human? How dare you show your dereliction to duty? That does strike me. So another thing we need to add.
Technology installed.
There's the iridium drive, which we're not ready for. There's the Emerald Drive, which we're not ready for. There's the Cadmium Drive we're not ready for. So put the wiring loops in there, and then I'm gonna need to go surface, like, process a whole bunch of materials. Alright, so don't worry about you. Let's go to the inventory upgrade here. Take my money. Yeah, so upgrading the starships inventory space is gonna be ridiculous. 99 million. Okay, that's fine. I'm also checking to see if this... Yeah, 33 million. Yeah, so there's gonna be major deals to do that. Do I want to do... That is not an attractive ship. So I've got a ridiculous amount of navigation data. I gotta decide what we're gonna do with it. Let's see. Kill 10 creatures for an exosuit data. Yep. So the scan minerals always wants me to go to a specific planet. I'm not gonna worry about the pirates. Yeah, so just do that one. What can I also do with this data? So we can get certain charts. So we could just get a bunch of exosuit charts. You need to research pointing. Send a cookie. Do we gotta get the spray bottle? So I could get 11 exosuit upgrade charts, which wouldn't be the worst thing ever. I'm not sure I want to do an aggressive, like... I don't care about the commercial, the alien, I'm not worried about the specialist, I don't know what that even entails. Emergency contact can give me wrecked ships.
Product received.
Alright. I have plenty of fuel. This system has the unfortunate reality of dealing with aggressive sentinel planets, so I'm not gonna worry about that. Instead, we're just gonna go like this and say, nice system you have here. I'm gonna leave. Okay. It's Cookie. Of course you need the spray ball in hand. Ah, I understand. Sorry, I always have to, like, clarify that. Alright, so we got 3 planetary bodies. We have copper. Glacial plat, so nothing super exciting there. Gross. So we'll do the Atlas thing here, but then we need to probably go into the more complicated systems. Yeah, I did accept a quest in that last system. I probably shouldn't have. There are people up there. Maybe I just don't remember a lot of this. I mean, I know this got reworked at some point. It's not the same as it used to be. Because, like, before the anomaly was what it is now, there was a much smaller anomaly thing you'd hit. and there'd be Polo or whatever his name is, and you'd get like, was it a weapon upgrade right there? There's like, there was something at every stage. I think he just had like the weapon available, and it was one you could get for, I believe, free. So you'd always want to check in to see if you got your free, like a free better piece of equipment. Alright. Okay, we don't understand any of it. Bring it to us. There is. When I dream, I see the Atlas. When I see the Atlas, I am the dream. I see Sentinels swarm through the universe like an infection, emerging from a world of glass. Everything is happy there. Everything will live. I see the portals. I see the travelers that walk between them. I see the span of history. I see everything as the Atlas sees it. Alone, abandoned, terrified. But what power could instill fear in the heart of the Almighty? It asks for something. It wants to know that I understand. I have become the Harbinger, the Pathfinder, the Seeker of Ways. Through me, the universe will know itself. Okay, that's not a problem. I actually literally need to keep getting that material, so that's fine. So we're gonna find a planet that's got copper on it. Well, actually, what we're probably gonna do is we're gonna get the inventory upgrades, and just as we run around in those planets, snag copper nearby to throw in the refinery to get more stuff. Oh yeah, that totally... Okay, so I need to remember my first suit upgrade. I need to give myself another exosuit slot, not storage, but like mods, because I got the personal refiner a while back, but then I've never opened a slot to put it in. Because if I do that, I can just chuck the copper in my backpack and slowly turn it over. They got 11 exosuit upgrade things with the navigation data, because they explored so much of that Sentinel Desolate world that I was just sitting on piles of navigation data. Okay. This also does mean I'm probably going to need to get a really obnoxious amount of a bunch of different materials. Okay, so not there, up here. Yeah, so when we get those ones I have to pay for, we're gonna put them in the backpack up there. Alright, so that's gonna require some chromatic metal. But that seems like a really good priority. Nope. How's it going, Conrad? I mean, spoilers, like the fact that we're flying a Sentinel ship. Alright. There we go, it's down over here. Okay, so we can work on trying to collect copper and all that. The trader examines my cargo. They try to appear calm, but they do a poor job. They cannot hide how keen they are to make a deal. Okay, is there something that you're like super hyped about? I mean, I guess the exosuit kind of thing you'd be pretty hyped about. Is there anything you have that I want? Probably not. No. Yeah, it's kind of interesting there, found. You found a fleet that's what people call sentinel ships that resemble yours. I could see that. Like, just naming it that. Like, that's the thing. I'm sure there's got to be some pretty fancy sentinel ships out there. But I just don't want to sit there and take the time to look through them all. Not a permadeath run. Too much room and opportunity for things to go wrong. Okay. Yeah, I figured as much.
Thermal protection falling. Technology repaired.
Okay, so grab you, grab the carbon nanotubes.
Technology repaired. Thermal protection falling. Units received. Units received.
It does feel like a thing in this game that if I don't invest in like making the sensor thing better, that the scanning stops being nearly as worth it. Like when you invest in the scanner, like you get all the upgrades, it can be absolutely obnoxious amounts of money you can make with it. You just land on the planet, scan a bunch of stuff around you, and suddenly you have several 100,000, several millions just from landing on a planet. We have copper really close by. There we go. Yeah, you get about 50k to 300,000 for animals, depending on whether they're rare or not. Yep. Now remember, that's what I did one of my early runs when I was playing the game. Is I got a whole bunch of those upgrades, and it's just like, okay, I'm just gonna do this. This is where the money's at. Well, that seems pretty chill. Yeah, that one's not bad. I also caught the joke. Where's my... Oh, it's up row. I was like, where'd my data go? The drop pod detected. I didn't mean to deploy that navigation marker. Yeah, I'm sure there's some sentinel ships that look kind of like fighters. I'm sure there's sentinel ships that look like this, like little teeny tiny things. I'd be curious what like a sentinel cargo ship looks like. That'd be one that would have me curious. I kind of don't want these things to keep being on this planet because it's really mountainous, which kind of sucks for travel. That's okay. Well, that's an interesting cave right in front of me. You kind of splurge looking for X-Wing type ships? Yeah, this could be cool.
Units received. Ground protection falling.
Yeah, now it seems like this planet is fairly mild compared to like a lot of the ones we've been messing with. Alright, so grab you, grab you.
Technology prepared.
Pop her down there.
Ground protection falling.
600 is still a pretty big hike for copper. There you go. Just gonna keep going. Drop pod detected. We're just getting that inventory really boosted up, because that'll be good for when we get starting to like push like really travel. It can be like, oh, I need ferrite. Just go down to the planet surface, pick up, 10 stacks of ferrite, and be like, okay, well that's sorted. Oh, I need like whatever material, knock it out. Because I remember correctly with these Atlas things, what's going to end up happening is after this phase, it's going to start asking me for stuff that go to like the systems that I need special materials for.
Units received. Units received. Units received. Units received.
Alright. Okay, I need more carbon for nanotubes. That's pure ferrite. Usually carbon's plants.
Life support power low.
There's a plant there that I hadn't scanned yet.
Ground protection falling.
Alright. There we go.
Units received. Technology recharge.
So I need carbon nanotubes. We can run here real fast and get ourselves more inventory space.
Technology prepared.
Yeah, for me when it came to getting the ships, I always like to get just exotic looking ships. Like there was the one that it kind of reminded you of a of like the shuttles from, like not the shuttles, that's not the right thing. From Beggar's Canyon in Star Wars, where it had like the it's like an upside down Y shape, but like the wings were kind of like solar panel. It had like a little ball for the middle in this one. Like that was always an interesting S rank ship I liked because it's just kind of weird. Now granted, that was those ones that like everyone started getting. Oh no, Lambda class is like the Imperial shells where the wings fold down kind of thing. Which is the ones that like a lot of the Empire uses that. This is from like on Tatooine, Beggar's Canyon. It was a little upside down Y that had like two little guns at the bottom. It hasn't been in like anything Star Wars in absolutely forever. I cannot remember. It's something Hopper. Oh, it's the Rock. T-15 Skyhopper? Yeah, that's the one. I think that's the one at least. Like about the only games you really played with that was Star Wars Rebel Assault had it. For like the 5 people who remember that game from, it was a on rails kind of space sim from way back in the day. The graphics would get super pixelated sometimes. But I want to say like the very first mission was in that. There we go, that's the one I keep. But yeah, no, it's the only time you really see it in like the Star Wars stuff is on Tatooine. There's a place called Beggar's Canyon where they train their pilots and all that, and they would use it there. They'd fly through Beggar's Canyon and shoot womp rats with it. Oh, T-16, okay. Yeah, I just remember it was something Hopper. I just couldn't remember what it is, because, like, again, nothing's had it in Star Wars for, like, I couldn't tell you how long. Since, like, the early 90s. Like, I want to say Luke mentions it, like, in A New Hope, the first... Oh, I already did it. Like, in A New Hope, he makes a comment around... Oh, like, it's, you know, it's just as easy as, like, hitting Womp... Like, it's not much smaller than a Womp Rat. You know, they used to shoot them in Beggar's Canyon or whatever. That's what he's referring to. Wish they weren't all, like, several hundred away. You just remembered that it was in the teens for the models? Yeah. Well, it's those things that, like, you don't talk about on a regular basis because it's just one of those things they brought up way back in the day once or twice, gave a reason for it, and then never touched it again. Alright, so drop pod, where are you? Way over there. Oh, it's like literally like right here. Jim the one looks like the head of a battle mech? Yeah. It's a cool aesthetic. I'm so used to being on plants where I had to worry about the sentinels as just being dangerous things that attack me on sight, that every time I see the sentinel approaching, it's like, no, 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 stay away. Like, we don't need to do this right now. And it's like, oh, wait, never mind, it's fine. Alright, exosuit.
Technology recharge. Technology prepared.
Yep. 500 away copper, 800 away copper, 900 away copper. Basically 1,000 away copper, farther than 1,000 away copper. Could you like... There. That's close enough copper for me. Make sure those animals are new. They don't appear to be. Okay.
Thermal protection falling.
See nothing, Sentinel. Be cool, alright, buddy? Just gonna dig a big gaping chasm in the surface of this planet.
Thermal protection falling.
Without any considerations of its effects on the environment. Because I'll never be back here. Could you not scam me, please?
Thermal protection falling. Technology recharge. Thermal protection falling.
It was like that when I got here. I know, right? Alright. Just trying to gather more of these materials I'm going to end up needing later. Yeah, sorry I grabbed that. Okay. And next one. Alright, so I want to go higher atmosphere.
Hostile scan detected. Warning. Threat detected.
Alright, I'm gonna have to deal with them before
Hostile ships approaching.
they go after that. So there's 2 of them. I dislike how down is auto track, so I can't like slow down as a mechanic. Or, like backwards. Like, I just want to slow down, I don't want to do the auto track. Because when it starts auto tracking, you just run into such problems. Don't switch targets. I really wish... I really wish that these... I could just use my HOTAS. And like it actually work. Like flying using what they have by default, I just really don't like.
Technology recharge.
I want to deal with the shield.
Technology
There we go.
recharge.
You just make a quick bind? I probably won't, just because I don't want to put the time in. See, the fact that my shields are still like fully up and my systems get damaged is a mechanic I absolutely do not agree with. Like, when my shields go down and I take hits, absolutely, sure, break my systems. But the fact that my shields are still up and I just blew out a system, I really am not a fan of that. Oh, come on. Alright, so there's only one left.
Technology recharge.
Okay, and we're free. Nobody's pan. It's such a weird decision, because I also don't think it used to do that. Like, I thought it used to be the only time your system got damaged is if you got blown up, your systems would all get fried and you'd have to, like, recollect your ship. Because that was my A rank thing, so I'm assuming it's going to require materials I don't have easy access to. It's just like, for how chill of a game, it's so weird that that's the stance they took. Okay, so it requires a wiring loom. That's a bummer.
Thermal protection falling.
Like, it makes you feel like even when you win a fight, unless you just destroy the enemy right out front, that you still have the potential of being badly punished. It got changed when overall difficulties were changed, so it's optional. Yeah, that's the thing, and I accept that I've opted into that myself. Which is on me. Like, it's fine, it's just kind of like an annoying mechanic. So we don't have anything that's obvious oxygen nearby. Yeah, we do, actually, I lied. That's hardest difficulty stuff setting. That said, most of the things, as far as the hard difficulty in this, I felt pretty good about. That's the only one of the harder difficulty things I'm like, not the biggest fan. Trying to remember, one of these had oxygen in it.
Thermal protection falling.
Is it you? Yeah, it was you. But I noticed you at the last second. Go inside here to recover for a moment.
Thermal protection falling.
Guess I might as well collect stuff while I'm here. Repair kits are easy to farm, though. Oh, do they have like an actual thing you can just get that's a repair kit, so you don't have to find like the resources requested? You can just, you know, ship module repair kit or some item and just slam it in there, and it's just better. Because I think that would be reasonable. Like, make it so it's not cheap, but it's at least predictable ingredients. Because then all that does is it makes it a thing where you just occasionally go to a planet, you farm the 3-4 resources.
Technology recharge.
And then you're good. Alright, so I'll take care of this. So I have it on separate slots, and it repairs. Might take 3 per module, though.
Technology prepared.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't have the ability to make that right now, do I? I do not. Just probably somebody just farm and unlock that thing.
Protection falling.
And I have only 2 slots left in my main... Well, no, that's not true. We're making really good progress on a lot of this stuff. Okay, you're over there. You get them for free just before you enter a derelict? Gotcha, yeah, I haven't done the derelicts yet. That's all stuff that came out after I last really played. That's all been pretty new stuff. Basically, go to the entrance of derelict and not enter it and get the goodies. Get the entrance free. Gotcha. That doesn't surprise me. There's always been ways to like cheese around a lot of things in this game.
Protection falling.
Like, I remember when you first played, literally all you had to do is you'd buy all the goods in a system, then sell those goods back to the system after the price reset, and then move on to the next system, and repeat. And you just build more and more of an inventory. And just because of how responsive the markets were and all that, you would effectively create a huge amount of demand, cash in on it. Like, I can't remember the exact details, but there's basically a thing that you could very predictably, like, repeat the same sale, like, literally just keep selling and buying the same goods. You just go one system to the next system to the next system and just profit. So the really, really big rocks are the ones that give me oxygen. And hazardous flora. You still gotta do that, but the system must sell it to begin with or it won't work. Gotcha. But yeah, there was lots of ways to abuse to just like infinite wealth kind of things. You see nothing, Sentinel. Get our copper.
Ground protection falling. Technology recharge. Ground protection falling.
Hello, glowing crystals. How are you doing? But yeah, no, it's literally you used to be able to sit in a station. Like you'd also sit in a station and just trade inside system and make money. It wasn't as effective. There was also, I can't remember, there was a couple materials that you'd buy like 3-4 materials in the system. You'd craft those into a much more valuable thing and then sell it back to the system. Like there's always been ways to abuse it. It's just there'd be like whatever was the meta of the week kind of thing. But that has gone way, way, way back. Then like we talked about that you could go out of your way to get like the scanners and you get 50,000, like 300,000 or some nonsense for every scan. 30,000, not 300,000. But like 500,000 a scan. So you like just landed a planet. By the time you took off, you got like 5 or 6 million. You just repeat it again and again and again. So it's been a couple years. But I remember auction farming used to be basically infinite money. Yeah, there's like all sorts of ways. With like the stations and all that, you can now grow stuff and all that and sell those materials. Alright, so we got more copper up there we should probably grab.
Temperature levels stabilizing.
Pretty soon I'm gonna run out the yeah. The sodium nitrate. I got plenty of sodium, I just need to do that. Grab you.
Technology recharge.
Because you can still refine chlorine with oxygen to create more chlorine. Oh. Yeah, like I said, it's... But it's those things, like...
Incoming storm.
Well, I don't like that. Could you not have an incoming storm? Probably make this work anyways.
Protection falling.
Yeah. A lot of the methods, though, they were kind of in the tedious sense, in that you'd have to sit there and just... You know, it's great for if you're going to sit there and, like, idle play kind of thing. But, for, like, streaming and all that, people aren't going to want to watch it. Like, it'll be fine, like, if you do it for just a little bit, show it off, that kind of thing, and move on. You'll get a little bit of money doing it. But if you sit there being like, oh, there's that really nice thing I want to grab, let me just farm up a cool, like, 150 million. No one's gonna really do that. Alright. Let's see, can't buy oxygen anymore? Gotcha. But I want to watch it? Yeah, no, there's people who do it. Well, that's, I've had that conversation with a couple of other creators that they were like, alright, you know, it's like trying to figure out what your audience would want to watch, that kind of thing. And they're like, yeah, I was playing this game and just cutting down trees. And people, like, were just turning up to watch me cut down trees. Because that was what they wanted to see. The pirate systems, they're very good at making money. Like, that's the thing about money making nowadays. I don't know what the tricks are. I need to get in here and... It's fine, I'll just burn the sodium.
Technology recharge. Thermal protection falling.
The big thing is I have to be careful with stuff like, sure, bounty hunting can be good money, but it's also high risk money if you're playing permadeath. So yeah. Used to just throw out my freighters, and next time I played, I'd have money and a cool story from my fleet. Alright, we'll just wait for the storm for a minute.
Technology recharge. Weather update. Storm clearing. Thermal
Alright.
protection.
It's honestly I find to do as well, even for law-abiding No Man's Sky players. Let's put that there. In the meantime, shove in a stack of copper and get that going.
Technology repaired.
Yeah, that's just always a bad thing. Like I've never had to worry too much about money in the game. Like if I'm not willing to work on it, I have to worry about it. But the moment it's like, oh, it's time to make money. Like you just put 15, 20 minutes in. Well, that's not real. So like you put an hour in, you got a whole bunch of mice sitting around. Like you saw me doing the thing the other day where I took a bunch of nav data, grabbed a whole bunch of ships, and already I had like 50 million real fast. Alright. Have you been to the Planet of Sentinel ships? Nah. Nah, it's fine. I had a sentinel ship right there. That's actually where we started the stream, was finishing up, figuring out how to get a hold of one. Because it just run into a desolate planet, just wandering about. They sell really well. Yeah, it's 57 million is what that would have sold for, but I chose to keep it. Alright, so that was enough? No, I need more. Let's just take 2 seconds and quickly get the personal, the personal refinery online.
Technology recharge.
You also need a lot of oxygen. So I can't remember... So carbon goes into compressed carbon. There's something I could turn into oxygen pretty easily. At least there used to be. I don't know if that's still a thing. Because unfortunately it does seem like this planet is not a great planet for oxygen purposes. Like, you can always get some. Like, every planet has at least the minimums to survive. But some, you'll have a material that's a particular pain in the butt to get. So cobalt becomes ionized cobalt. That becomes glass. That turns directly into the gel. Sodium becomes sodium nitrate. Probably becomes ferrite. Yeah, that becomes ferrite. You can use an oxygen harvester, but you might as well find a better plant instead. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's fine. Drop pod detected. Where are you at? Alright, so it's not super far, but still. You go way faster if you upper atmosphere it. Not that way, that way. Okay. Stop trying to help me. I do want to nosedive towards this. Yeah, find a good, like, biological plant, I could probably find a bunch of oxygen. Let's get our nav data first. There's also sometimes you get over there, they just give you, like, a life support container or other good stuff.
Protection falling.
Okay, so do I have enough for this stuff? No, I'm low on oxygen again. I'm also low on ferrite dust. So ferrite dust and oxygen. Got oxygen up on the mountain up there.
Thermal protection falling.
Yeah, no, when I get the personal refinery, I can see doing that. I'm just not wanting to deal with, like, constantly plunking the refinery down and picking it back up. I dislike that keeps putting me in the fall animation, which is the reason I keep stop mining. Alright, and we can go here. There's another big rock that gives oxygen as well. Because the oxygen is a big, big bottleneck we're running into.
Thermal protection falling.
Oh, that only gives like one.
Thermal protection falling. Technology recharging.
Okay. Let's see, you're on V5 of your permadeath run. Did the expedition trying to do my first permadeath core run?
Temperature levels stabilizing.
Oh, you just mean V5 like your 5th attempt? Yeah, it does feel like the game offers you plenty of opportunities to absolutely get yourself killed. Like that's always a big thing in permadeath, is just having the patience to not rush anything, take your time, avoid risks you don't need to take, those kind of things. You're not used to how little health you have to start with? Gotcha. Yeah, that was the thing I found interesting, was I've done the permadeath to the core before, like way back when the game like first launched. Like got the achievement, all that kind of nonsense. But for me at the time, it was very much in the camp of go away. It's very much in the camp of, you know, the beginning was absolutely brutal back at the beginning back then. Versus when we did it this time, like it went super easy peasy. Like, don't get me wrong, I take risks that make it way harder. But I have no real reason to.
Thermal protection falling.
Like, if the payout was incredibly awesome or whatever, it's like, oh yeah, you know, I'll take the risk, it's worth the, you know, the risk is worth the reward kind of thing. But that's just not been the case. Is it getting used to the environmental, or the elemental fire doing 3 times as damage compared to normal takes a little while? Yeah, no, that was the thing back in, like, vanillas, every planet you go to just about, you'd have like the 3 arrows everywhere you walked with like the cold or the hot or the toxic depending on your planet or whatever. And it was so rough to just get to your ship and start doing the work on it. Because it seemed like it would go out of your way to give you like the worst planets. But this one nowadays, it's just like the multiple times I like looked at it, it's like, nah. You'd have like during the storms it would be that bad. But just running around it didn't seem to do that. So I just didn't have to put nearly as much focus on keeping myself safe. Oh yeah, but that's still what you did in the past too. Is you started your run and you immediately beeline for the first cave you could find. And then there's always the danger of going, okay, my ship's, 800 meters over that way, or no, actually I think it was farther, it was like 2,000 meters over that way. Okay, how do I make that happen? Oh, right, you don't take that. I was like, what? A step finding my ship now? Yeah, that's always like the hardest part with that. You'll have it where it'll be like anywhere from 500 to like 2,500 meters away. And so you have to go on this pilgrimage in a hostile environment trying to get it. Okay. So once it stops either applying to my main cargo inventory or we run out of these, we'll stop chasing these down. Because we have massively increased our inventory capabilities. But I don't feel like I want to chase them down for the individual slots of my equipment. I'll probably wait till going system to system, the equipment upgrades get real expensive, and then we'll start using them again. Now, if you're really lucky and you can get the terrain manipulator put together pretty early on, then it gets a lot easier to travel in those ones. Because worst case, like the materials you need to power the terrain manipulator are easy to come by. So you just like start tunneling and maybe you poke up, collect some materials, and you go back down and start tunneling again. And you can cover some really ridiculous ground doing that. It's not fast, but it's safe. Alright, so I got the nanotubes. I need more oxygen per the usual. Any oxygen nearby? Not as oxygen. There's some. Oh, there's a bunch. Heck yeah. I had to tunnel around it because it wouldn't go away. Yeah, that does happen. Sometimes you'll find like a sodium field that'll have seriously like 80 nodes in it. You can find that with oxygen as well, but it's extremely rare. I always would get excited when I found those back in the past. You just see like the glowing red and you're like, yes.
Temperature levels stabilizing. Technology prepared.
Where's my ship? There's my ship. Almost out of those. But the beauty of this is it means I have to do way less inventory management later on. Because we added, what, during the stream, something like 15 or 16 inventory slots? Because I had, it was either 11 or 13 of the navigation data. We found in the first plan, we found 2 or 3 just running into them randomly. That was always one of the things I liked to upgrade first was your inventory when I was actually playing. Like on a regular basis kind of thing. Because if you upgrade your inventory, it's just a solved problem. You don't have to worry about it ever again.
Technology prepared. Ground protection falling.
Alright, so we got a bit of oxygen around, so we got one up here. Actually, we got a couple up there. Alright, so just there said that. We got a couple up here. And there's some over on the ledge shore right. Guess it's still over farther. You see nothing? Let's be cool. Let's be cool. We can be cool. Where is that oxygen? Is it like glitched in the terrain? Because that happens. Yep, so it's glitched in the terrain, so you won't worry about that.
Ground protection falling.
And then there's another oxygen down the hill. But first need to recover my my life support and all that. And as a reminder, what will end up happening is about halfway through the stream, we will be switching games. I don't have a specific game we have in mind today, so it will be a pull. That's just the normal way this kind of works. I am going back and forth on the whole No Man's Sky sticking a chow, because like the last stream it seemed like it pulled good numbers again, but that was after RimWorld. Versus now we started with No Man's Sky and No Man's Sky alone. It's on one of my days I usually get pretty decent numbers. But it's not been terrible, but it's been not great.
Ground protection falling.
And I get it. I'm running around a planet collecting oxygen and carbon and all that, but that's a big part of what No Man's Sky is, like grinding resources to do your next thing or whatever. Like there's lots of, not downtime, you're doing stuff, but there's lots of just kind of exploring and wandering the universe kind of things. I mean, at its core, that's what No Man's Sky is you explore. Like there's fighting and all that in there, of course, but that's a big thing. And I already grabbed you, just double checking. I'm 99% sure we did. We did. And it might have enough oxygen that we can just grab these next two and I won't even have to stop or anything. There's the symbol. Hey, built a base yet? Yeah, we started one. Like, I didn't make a giant elaborate base, because that's just misaligned with kind of, There's different chill vibes type. I think your audience for that. That's those things as trying to Lieutenant saying, you know, you think your chill vibes in the second half. That's always one of the things I was trying to actually collect data on, is that it does feel like I effectively have two different audiences at different times of day. Yeah, the expedition kept people around and it winds down to viewers in the category. People are rooming a possible Halloween event. Yeah, no, that doesn't surprise me. It's the fact that it comes to the people who normally tune into the channel itself that we're seeing the whole dip. That's always like the big concern. I don't want a blizzard. Like, if the people who are my regular audience seem to like really kind of dip out, then it's like, okay, I would only do that on any real length of term if it's something like a strategic move going, oh, this is a category I want to be in because, like, it makes sense. But, it's those things you gotta be careful of, that you don't get rid of your current audience for something that may or may not ever give you an audience. But I do know a number of people don't really watch much in the way of the shooters first or third or anything on the channel. Just gonna get in a ship and go to the next one. Spend a good chunk of the storm just flying. And the last navigational data. Yeah, and plus I often switch games in the middle of the stream. But that's part of the reason why I want to be more careful about not always playing RimWorld at the beginning of stream kind of thing. It's something I've said many times. I never want to be a one-game channel where it's like, this is the game this person's known for, this is the game this person plays. Because their channel kind of lives and dies by that. The effects around the edge of the screen bug my eyes in this game. Yeah, I was just thinking, it's like, man, that frost over the screen is like really kind of rough. Like, it's a good effect, but like for actually like looking at the game, it's like, this looks terrible. It's probably also really bad for the for streaming, in the sense of the compression probably struggles with it, where it just makes it into effectively noise. The bitrate. There's a couple games with that problem, like Path of Exile can have that problem real bad, that certain skills get very bit-ratey where the whole game kind of struggles. Alright, and there's the last one. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Alright, let's get the heck off this planet. That's kind of the big thing I was working on here, was just getting all that sorted. So it is time to
Orbital station coordinates received.
look at the next anomaly. pretty soon it's gonna start asking for like cadmium and all that kind of stuff for my next upgrade or whatever. Alright. Yeah. Is this gonna be a fight one? Can't tell which one's the pirates. I see we got a red dot down there. Purple trail is pirates?
Hostile ships approaching. Technology recharge.
Alright, that's another one down. Come on. The other NPCs are so ineffectual too. Don't hit the freighter.
Technology recharge.
That's another one. Okay. So who's next? You got one more. There's like 30 ships chasing it. And generally speaking, they're wholly ineffective. Okay.
Hostile
Friend is friend to Gek is. The life form, who must be the captain of this freighter, looks greatly relieved. They gesture as if to welcome me on board the vessel. Alright.
Alert. Navigational data received.
So yeah, this is where you get the free one. I'm actually happy I got this model. I am amused by the sort of Star Destroyer. The Star Destroyer-esque ship. Because this will be good, because now I can start taking this ship as my travel thing. Starfield or No Man's Sky, which do you like more? They're not even related games. Like, the only thing that's related about them is they're space games that have an exploration element. So that's like comparing, like, Pong to Breakout. And generally speaking, I don't approach games as like favorite, not favorite, that kind of thing. They're different games. They're practically different genres in my book. Yes, Starfield does have a lot of mechanics that are sort of No Man's Sky-esque, like being able to scan the animals and all that, but that's about the only overlap other than space. Starfield is very much 100% an RPG, like a Bethesda-style RPG, and this is a totally different thing. It's like it's not a space sim in the traditional sense. Which game is going to give me more hours? I honestly don't know the answer to that question yet. Probably No Man's Sky. Oh yeah, no, this is there's like no RPG elements in this really. You do like upgrade your ship, but it's not like you gain levels or anything like that. It's a lot more in the survival. You gather materials to build things, but it's not the cookie cutter of you take wood, you get wood to get stone, to get metal, to get that. It's you get materials to build ship parts and all that, or repair ship parts and all that, and you locate and repair or buy better ships. So it's a lot more in that. It'd have more in common with like Elite Dangerous than it would Starfield. Friend, your Gek, we don't know their language, so we only know bits and words. Survival sandbox, there's a story in hidden lore. Yes. Yeah, there is a story in hidden lore, but it's a survival sandbox where Starfield is absolutely an adventure RPG that happens to be in space. The small creature chatters excitedly and hops on one foot to the other. Gesturing wildly around the bridge, they point towards the control panel of the freighter. They seem to be suggesting I take command. Inspect freighter. Good enough for me, because I don't actually care. I know some people go out of their way to hold out as long as they possibly can with the freighters, but for me, all I care is it's a place I can build a teleporter. Well, I don't actually even need to build a teleporter. Doesn't this have a teleporter just automatically built in it? I can't remember. Happy day, Captain Friend. We'll plan many expeditions together, but first we must build a fleet command room so that you may take your fleet as they sail. Talk to your fleet as they sail. I have prepared the expedition for my fleet, but the freighter lacks a fleet communication room. Only if you're lucky. Yeah, but oh no, it's you summon the freighter to you. That's right, by default. You might have some stuff pre-installed, but it's random. Is there an easy way to tell what's pre-installed, or you just have to wander around and look? A stellar extraction core. Okay, so it's just gonna give me free materials. That feels like a big win. And I apparently have 2 of those. Cool. The extractors can bug out the refinery, though. Well, that's annoying. There's a okay, there is a door on the other side. Yes, that just goes to ship bay, so let's run back over here. Make sure there's not like a side room off the other side. I don't think there will be. And if not that, I think they can put stuff on the other side of the hangar as well. You know, so there's doors on the back part of the hangar? No, I think I'm wrong. Yeah, so it doesn't look like there's much in here, but that's fine. We do have the two things that just extract stuff. Let's see if we can't get anything set up. I mostly just want to get the teleporter online. That way I can have this ship lead where I'm going to and always, like, just teleport back to it. Yeah, it goes, so not a whole lot. Calibrating command post. New master signature success. Master profile indicates one support chip available. Profile indicates no fuel. Blueprints available. Would you like those? Cool. Only the green marked area in your mobile base. There are teleporters to get to and from the hangar and the bridge. Oh yeah, I remember they had that. So let's see. So we have a cultivation chamber. We have a refinery room, a storage room, a whole bunch of storage rooms. Okay, so for that, before we get too excited, you needed a refinery room. If I just stack these, will it? Okay, it won't. I was curious if I could just keep stacking them kind of in the freighter. It would just go. Don't leave the freighter with something in the refinery. That's really annoying. That's a bug kind of thing. Upgrade and customization, base parts and upgrades. Temporary frigate upgrade, warp core resonator. Improves the robustness of the drive and FTL, granting the ability to leap 2 stars previously out of reach. Ah, that's the same thing that you can get to. Okay, so this is the ones that let me get to new systems. Explosive drone, mineral compressors. Mind control device. Appearance off fire, teleporter chamber. So I need 1 salvage frigate module to make that. Which you don't actually know where I get. Look, after joyous day to your fleet. Start a new thing. That's fine there. So that's the frigate fuel. What I'm trying to remember is the main ship's fuel. I'm assuming you'll tell me what I need here in a moment. Hyperdrive has no fuel, because I don't think it's just regular hyperdrive fuel. I thought it had its own thing. Let's see here. Freighter. Oh, you just use warp cells as well. That's fine. To get some more. Yeah, let's go back to the refinery. So the curiosity out here. Okay, so they don't do anything. I figured out what that module was. Okay, so that thing literally just gives me free minerals. It just does so at a very slow rate. At least they're very close by. There's a storage container there. Okay. What we do real fast is we got all that stuff out of here. So let's pop down there. So where yeah, teleporter's over here. Because I still need to get my inventory module from the station. And then in just a minute, we'll be taking that, the 5-minute break you usually take around the middle of the stream. We'll end up doing that. And then we'll come back and have the poll for what we're playing next to the channel. But yeah, I know on the comment earlier, but it's like it seemed like the second half of the stream was the part where people were looking for more chill stuff. It was a thing that I was trying, and it's mostly on me. I was trying to get where we'd have a poll that would be like, hey, what kind of games do you prefer seeing on channel? And like do it like 2 or 3 times throughout the stream. And then repeat that all the time. Like just very regularly, like, you know, 2-3 times a stream. But one, the participation wasn't super high, because, you know, most people lurk. And that's totally a-okay, but it does mean that it's kind of like, oh, I'm not going to be able to collect this data. Like, or if I collect this data, by its very nature, I'm going to be excluding everyone who lurks. Which isn't really good. Yeah, so using those in there. Is there anything else I want to part with real fast? What are you? Okay, we can sell that. Discarded insulation. A damaged technology component ejected from its machine, discarded by its owner, worthless except for scrap. Okay. Cool, I guess. Starship battery. Yeah, that's for defense. We'll want to keep those. We do have a bunch of stuff to sell. Let's sell that real fast. I'm sure some of that stuff I actually want to keep, but I don't know what yet. They're not worrying about too much. Is there anything I care about here right now? Not really. Because being data-oriented is troublesome when your target audience is not compliant with serving. Well, I mean, to be fair, I've never worked on a product that I was ever able to get, like, a meaningful amount of data. Acquire coordinates to what? Large ship or stuff? Oh, it's a wrecked freighter. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to hop into the ship, hop back out again to commit a save point here. Because what's going to be happening here in a moment is I am going to be hitting that midpoint in the stream where I take about a 5-minute break because I've been going for a bit over 4 hours, and we do stream for 11 hours. So this is not exactly the halfway point, but about where I put it. That, let's see. 5 million or for a derelict? Yep, no idea what a derelict is. I mean, I know what a derelict is conceptually, but in the context of No Man's Sky, I don't know what I get for my reward. Like, you don't spoil it or anything like that. I know it's a whole thing we go to. With a hardcore run where our goal is to reach the middle of the galaxy, stuff like that sounds like a bunch of risk that doesn't align with, progressing the story or the objectives or anything. So that said, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to stopping where I'm recording this for YouTube. So those who are going to check this out on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe and all that, and I'll see you next time.